High water's already a serious problem in ROCKHAMPTON in northeastern Australia, and it's only expected to get worse. Flood levels were forecast to peak Monday or Tuesday at 31 feet. That's nearly 9.5 meters. The city's airport plans to shut down over the weekend, and road and railway lines will be cut then as well. ROCKHAMPTON's just one of many towns in the state of Queensland inundated or isolated as rising rivers have overflowed their banks. On Friday, authorities in the city were evacuating citizens in low-lying areas who are at risk. Evacuations were accelerating further inland in the town of Emerald, which is facing food shortages and power outages as it's been inundated with sewage-contaminated floodwater. One resident said she's very worried about the seemingly endless expanse of water.
I think it's horrendous. I think there's too much of it. And it's quite frightening as to where it's going to go.
More officials were gathering to discuss the crisis, including Australian Prime Minister Julia Gillard. She and other leaders also visited the hard-hit town of BUNDABERG, where flood levels have peaked, but the waters have a long way to go before they drain away. Businesses expect it'll take months to get back on their feet. Stopping in at an evacuation center, Gillard offered a hug to one resident who lost cherished items when her home was swamped. She said families who've suffered damages would be eligible for disaster relief payments of $1,000 per adult and $400 for each child. Queensland Premier BLIGH told Australian Broadcasting Corporation the extent of the disaster is extraordinary.
This is without doubt a tragedy on an unprecedented scale. Just to give you some context, we now have 22 towns or cities that are either substantially flooded or are isolated because the roads have been cut off to them. That represents some 200,000 people, spanning an area that's bigger than the size of France and Germany combined.
With evacuations continuing and those already out of their homes likely to spend at least a week away, many flood victims in Queensland may not have the happiest of New Years. Karen Sloan, The Associated Press.